about you. Always such a secret how you move. I can't break through. 'Cause with me, I get lost in your endless seas. Roll with the waves, they crash against me. I still try to believe. Somewhere deep inside, that's somewhere where you hide. Way beyond the bones to where your soul resides. Does it love mine? How do you leave it all behind? Here, hoping you can make it disappear. Everything we loved and held so dear, I can't see so clear. But you can't see your light. Am I wasting time? If we're made of stars, why can't we just shine? You and me could light up the dark like it ain't funny. Well, it ain't funny. I can't seem to find you. Somewhere deep inside, that's somewhere where you hide. Way beyond the bones to where your soul resides. Does it love mine? How do you leave it all behind?
Zeadala, thank you very much for your performance here today. You're an awesome performer. Rapping, singing, your lyrics are awesome. There's so much behind it. Honestly, thank you very much for coming to the show. Welcome to Live in Sydney.
Thank you so much for having me, Jackson.
Hey, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here. We're going to be getting to know you a lot throughout the next coming minutes. Starting off really quickly, let's talk a little bit about you. Who are you, Zeadala? Who are you?
Oh my gosh, who am I? Who am I? I was born in Thailand, actually.
Oh, really?
So I am mixed race. My mom's Thai and my dad is Iraqi.
Mm-hmm.
I am from Southwest Sydney.
Fair enough.
And I am a singer-songwriter / rapper / what else do I do that you said?
You make
that's about it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's what I do. I sing and stuff. I write songs.
You make really good songs. That's
me.
it. That's
Thank
it. That's you. Okay, so you've been doing music for how long?
Wow. Oh my gosh. I think like professionally, as in like putting my songs out there into the world, I've probably been doing that for about 6 years now. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I've been singing since I was about 6 years old.
Okay, so it started like way back then.
Way back.
Yeah.
Way back then when I was like helping my mom with like chores and pumping some Mariah Carey to like keep us going.
Yeah, that's the motivation you needed to get through it, right?
And I got through it. We were like very much enjoying ourselves listening to Bob Marley, Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
And I just like loved her songs and started sort of like, I guess, singing along. And I think that's actually how I learned how to sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just from pumping music in the background and singing to it, right?
Basically, yeah.
Nice. What was your first big break into music?
Big break?
Well, what do you think your first like thing you're like, yeah, this is definitely what I want to do. I would definitely want to make music.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, gosh, I've been writing songs since I was 13, right? I used to have like, maybe I'm showing my age, but like those tape recorders and I'd like just record my demos and I didn't know how to like play an instrument back then, but I just like make up melodies to like these lyrics and I'd like tape them. Mm-hmm. And so I've been writing since I was like 13, but I never thought that I would actually do it. So I guess that happened when I was 24, and someone approached me, Claudia Shidiak, who was she was creating a theater production based on female violence. So there was this like phenomenon of like young females fighting in the playground and then posting their fights on YouTube.
Okay,
And
right.
so she wanted to like create a theater production around this. So you know, to create some like conversation around it. And she was like, can you create like hip hop tracks for it? Because she knew that I was like a singer songwriter. And I guess that was my first kind of like break into working with other people and creating songs and putting my music out there. And
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed that process. I was mentored by MC Trey, who
Nice.
I sort of like grew up listening to. Like I was a little girl in the crowd, just like, whoa, you're so powerful. And she was like really empowering to watch. And when I got the opportunity to be like mentored by her and she like taught me how to like count rap bars and stuff, I was like, yeah, I think I definitely want to do this, eh?
Yeah. Is this the reason that all these people that mentor you, they're doing it all for like a powerful reason, right? Is this why your lyrics tend to be the way they are? Do you think? Like the most, yeah.
I never thought about it like that, but I think so. Like it was very much, I guess I grew up in like community. And so a lot of the first gigs that I did were in community, and I still do gigs like in community because I love that. And I think it's really important. But also when you think about it, it's kind of like how hip hop was born too.
Yeah.
And I guess I like to carry that on with what I do. So it's about like empowerment and belonging.
Yeah, yeah. It's creating that sense of community, right?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
awesome. Yeah, and that's the way you're driving your music, right? To sort of make that sense of community and try and go. How would you describe your music?
I would describe it as free expression.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Like freedom of expression, or like to say free expression. What does that really like mean to you?
I guess I'm not like afraid to say what's like on my mind and like question the status quo. And
Yeah.
I guess I say free because I don't feel like I'm confined to any sort of like genre. Like I kind of move between soul music and like folk music and hip hop.
Yeah.
Sometimes like rock or like, you know, pop. I don't feel very I don't feel like it can be defined really. So
Yeah.
it's just like free in the sense of like it's just like whatever comes out is like that's what it is.
So you wouldn't really define yourself as a genre. You're like, yeah, I'll do whatever. I just gotta get all this like the feelings and stuff out there into music, right?
Yeah, for me it's more so about like the message and the feeling, right? So
Yeah.
if I think about it, it's more of like what is the best way that I can communicate a feeling or a message. If the best way that I can communicate it is by writing like a heavy metal song, which I used to be in a metal band, so it's
All
like
right, that's sick.
if that's the best way to do it, then that's how I will do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm inspired by so many different genres of music that I feel like I can be like quite dynamic.
Yeah.
And sometimes that works against me because people are just like, what is your music even? And it's like, honestly, I don't know. I'm just doing me. Like that's
Yeah.
who I am. I'm like,
That's all you need to do, right? You don't need to be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely a pop star. No, you do whatever feels good.
yeah, exactly.
As long as you're doing that, you're gonna end up making better music, right? That makes you feel good. Do whatever you want, right?
That's it.
Yes, that's sick. What are some of the musical achievements that you've had over your music career?
Musical achievements. I think my musical achievements would definitely be some of the opportunities that I've gotten to like, I guess like perform interstate or like overseas. That's always fun when you get paid to like play somewhere.
Yeah, doing gigs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was one gig that I did with Sarah Connor. I was supporting Sarah Connor, and she was supporting Brother Ali in Atmosphere at Metro Theatre. And I actually love that venue. So when I got to perform there, I was like, mad. Like I got to perform in my favoriteest venue. Like that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're just living up to that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
That's sick.
But also working on my EP with a legendary producer, Monk Ross.
I don't know. Can you say it's achievement? I think it's an achievement. Why not? Because sometimes you think that, I guess, like, for me as like, I don't know if you can still call me like an emerging artist, but sometimes you don't feel like you can sort of like collaborate with these really like well-known musicians or like, I guess people who have been doing it for a lot longer than you.
Yeah.
So I guess it kind of feels like an achievement.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Well, we're going to hear some more of your music now. What's this next song you're going to be playing for us?
So the next song that I'm going to be playing for y'all is called Lost in the Woods.
Bet you've had those days that move so slow. You wish that you could change it up a bit. Pick up the pace, make an escape, but the door's shut in your face. Ah, damn, all you really want is a break, and you just can't wait. Waiting your whole life, waiting all year for that summer to arrive. Working round the clock to pay the bills that you survive. Slow it right down and get yourself into overdrive. This is what it means to compromise. This is what it means to strive. This is what it means to thrive, to be alive. I wanna get lost in the woods. Get in touch with my roots for one day. I wanna get lost in the woods. It gets so crazy, all up in the city, people pushing past me. I wanna get lost. I wanna get lost. Bet you've had those nights, looking at the world like it ain't right. You wanna make art and make light, help people see them rolling so they take flight. Are you alright? Said, are you alright? Are you alright? Let yourself breathe in the shine. Don't be afraid of your brightness. Your energy is priceless. I love to see myself in flow, plant the seeds and watch them grow. Bought a house but not a home, I see it all different now I'm grown. Working so hard that I'm lonely, barely got time for my homies. Should've known that it was phony, then the man thinks that he knows me. He don't know me. I wanna get lost in the woods. Get in touch with my roots for one day. I wanna get lost in the woods. It gets so crazy, all up in the city, people pushing past me. I wanna get workers play, yes, they make it sound nice. Say workers play, yes, they make it sound nice. Say workers play, yes, they make it sound nice. Say work, 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 work. Workers play, workers play, workers play, workers play, workers play, yes, they make it sound nice. Say workers play, yes, they make it sound nice. Workers play, yes, they make it sound nice. Say work, 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 work. No more going in blind. See, the truth that I find is we just gotta live life. We just gotta live life. Live life, live life, live life. Live life, live life, live life. Workers play, workers play.
Zeadala, thank you very much for that performance. Again, so Lost in Woods, that's the name of that song, right?
Yes.
Again, and some more powerful lyrics behind all that. Honestly, it's super impressive. We get a lot of people that come on the show and they've written a lot of originals, and man, yours is super different and super powerful. it's impressive, really is.
Thank you.
Thank you for performing. So I wanna hear. So these are the 3 songs you're playing today. They're all originals of yours, right?
Yes.
And they are where? So tell me a little bit about them. Like that's a new EP, is that correct?
Yes. So they're all songs from an EP that I released, my first EP, just a couple of weeks ago.
Awesome. So this is all fresh content.
It's so fresh.
That's cool.
Fresh off the press. I think that's what they say.
It's the kids say. Okay, cool. Tell me more about your EP.
Okay, so it's called Chapter 23.
Yeah.
There are 5 songs on it, and it was produced by Mark Ross, as I mentioned earlier. So these songs are kind of like, I guess, a way for me to remember like a turning point in my life, which is when I turned 23. And it was like the first time that I actually visited Iraq, the place where my dad is from. And it was like a really pivotal moment in my life because I finally got to understand like the culture firsthand and like really live that. And I think I kind of like felt like a whole person for the first time in my life. And so I guess these songs are a collection from that time in my life and some of the songs that were like born around that time.
So it's like a first-hand experience of that sort of stuff. That's awesome. Again, you can tell why those songs have a lot of power behind them then. Okay, well, what's a creative process for making your originals? How do you step into the shoes of being like, okay, I'm going to make all these songs? How do you do that?
I feel like I don't actually think about it too much in the sense of like, I'm going to write this song. I think like I always have my acoustic guitar like lying around. It's like in the living room or it's in my bedroom or, you know, I make sure there's one in every room. And when inspiration hits, it's just like, you know, it just like pours out of me.
Yeah.
And I guess sometimes I got to work another way when I'm like commissioned to write a song for someone, or if I have a brief or something like that, then I guess I do have to think about it a little bit more. And something that I always like teach my students is like to get into your body, as in like I do exercise or like stretching or like meditation just to make sure I'm really present. Or I do like stream of consciousness to just like dump all the stuff that I don't need in the song, like just out of my head, just like get it out. So
what do you mean by stream of consciousness?
So stream of consciousness is like this exercise that you can use where you basically just write nonstop for like a period of time. So I might put a timer on for like 5 minutes or I'll write like 3 pages just to make sure that like all that stuff that I'm thinking about or is like clouding my mind is just like out of my system. And then I can like focus on the song.
That's cool. That's really cool.
So sometimes I incorporate that in as part of my process if I feel like stuck. But I guess it's all about really getting into my feelings, and sometimes I'll play guitar first and come up with like a riff, and then I'll just start like humming sounds, I guess, over the riff. Or sometimes I'll write like poetry first and then think about like what kind of riff would like suit the poetry or the lyrics.
You just try to match them up, right? That's sick.
So it's always different, the process.
That's cool. And you're going over to Iraq to that's how this EP, that was the creative process for that? Or was it a collaboration between some of the stuff you'd already organized and that, or was it all made over there?
Oh, no, it wasn't all made over there. I was writing a lot of poetry when I was there, but I had no intention of like writing an EP or writing any music, actually. I just wanted to like go there and experience the culture. But I found myself writing like a lot of poetry and like reflecting on like a lot of things that were happening in my life at that time, because I had quite a spiritual journey when I was there. And so naturally, I was just like reflecting on a lot of things. And I think a lot of the songs were actually written when I came back to Australia.
Yeah, fair enough. So you've just released that one. It's very fresh. Are you working on anything new? Is there what's happening next? What's in the pipeline?
So I am definitely working on some new songs. I got some exciting projects happening. Also working with Mark Ross again on a SWS album, so that's Southwest Syndicate. And so I've been a little bit busy writing some songs for that.
And that is that a collaboration sort of stuff? Is that it's going to be your project? like holistically with Mark as well?
That's more of like a collaboration. So I think in Southwest Syndicate there are probably like 13, 14 members.
Nice. No,
If I remember correctly. Yeah. It's quite a big like collective, which is sick. I get to collaborate with some of the, I guess, the old school hip hoppers. So
Nice.
and it's all like different generations. And I guess I might be in like, I guess the youngest generation, but it's I'm learning so much also about like what it was like when hip hop first came to Australia.
Yeah.
Because Southwest Syndicate was like one of the first groups that were like breakdancing and like doing graffiti and rapping and so I'm learning a lot about like the history, and I guess they're also like mentors and people that I look up to. So it's been sick, like
That's awesome. That's
hanging
really cool.
and collaborating.
Yeah, easy as. Okay, we'll bring it back to you for a moment. I want to know, again, favorite question to ask people when they come on the show. What's the funniest or weirdest thing that has happened to you during performance?
I feel like all my performances are a bit funny.
Okay.
Just because I'm such an awkward person. Like sometimes I question like,
I didn't get that. You're an awkward
really?
person? No.
I feel awkward all the time. Sometimes I question like why I perform. Like, why do you do this to yourself? See, but it chose me. So now I do it, and sometimes it's awkward, but we get through it.
You live it.
So
You live it.
it's cool. Yeah.
So it's just, the answer is just every performance.
Every performance, I feel like if you come to one of my shows, you're probably bound to laugh, like either at me or with me, either one.
And you don't care which one it is.
I don't mind at all.
Fair enough. That's awesome.
As
That's
long as
awesome.
you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. That's wicked. All right. So for those that want to go and laugh with you and or at you during your performances, how can they find out about your stuff? What is your social media?
Well, they can at me at Zeadala Music, which is Zeadala Music.
Awesome.
Yep. Instagram, Facebook, all of the ones.
All of the ones wherever social is.
That's it.
Yeah, cool, awesome. Okay, we're gonna get to hear another one of your songs. But first off, I'd like to thank you. Thank you very much for coming to Live in Sydney.
Thank you
It's been
so
a
much
pleasure
for
to have
having
you.
me.
I don't know what you're saying about this awkwardness. You've been awesome. Keep writing all your stuff. Your lyrics are awesome, and it's honestly really impressive to hear how you present it and all that sort of stuff. So keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna be there to watch one of your awkward performances and see what you're talking about. Because
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
you're welcome. Thank you for coming. What's this next song that you're gonna perform for us?
So this next song is called On a Run, and it's for all my women out there.
Out on a run, I ain't the only one who searches for the sun, hanging in the wind to feel sunlight. On a run, you're bringing out your guns. I think I'm done doing anything it takes to feel alive. I can't feel a thing. I've been numb for so long, living under kings, and I've been biting my tongue. Now I gotta sing it loud, make it heard. Puppets on a string, I cut him. See, I found the freedom while he lounges in privilege. I up and I leave it. Don't fight for that army, no, I'd rather lead him. So anxious, I'm breathing through lungs that are heaving. Belief in the self is the key. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Muhammad Ali, yeah, he said it right. I ain't looking for wars, but I'm ready to fight, make it right. To restore what is ours. Rise up, my women, believe in your power. Deceived by the system, will no longer cower. I see the sun shining through all the clouds, and now I'm on a run. I ain't the only one who's searching for the sun, hanging in the wind to feel sunlight. On a run, you're bringing out your guns. I think I'm done doing anything it takes to feel alive. I was born a misfit, I was born a rebel. I was born with justice in my heart and my faith in God strong. I cannot be played by the devil, nah. so I won't be played by you. What about the Bantu slaves from Mogadishu? Inequality seems to have always been the issue, justifying evil acts, holy texts are misused. Rape victims round the world are disproved dogmatic and tortured to death while they're at it. Consumerist countries selling sex for the addicts. This ain't theory, it's pragmatic. Why do little girls fight for their education? Why do we have pressures for breast augmentation? Why do we submit just to find validation? They're shaming us still, girl, I'm running out of patience. I'm on a run, I ain't the only one who's searching for the sun, hanging in the wind to feel sunlight. On a run, you're bringing out your guns. I think I'm done doing anything it takes to feel alive. Tell us how to build your confidence, so we don't ever have to play pretend. If I contend, you clip my wings and make it end. But do you even trust me? Then I'm on a run. And I ain't the only one who's searching for the sun and hanging in the wind. Ooh.